YouTube, Joseph here in this deck profile. So this is the last profile that I'll be doing for a while. It is well, there was a comment left on my last deck profile for Odd Eyes, to use Odd Eyes and Metalfoes instead of the Magician, because that Magician Metalfoes deck was just pretty much something I put together at the last minute, and just like, hey, let's just put it up there, So I'm trying to do the Metalfoes Eyes, as someone suggested, and see how that gets its review, because I really don't have enough stuff for the Metalfoes engine. Like, I still don't have the Gold Driver, I don't have the Alcahaz, so, like, it's still those major cards missing, which are just little pieces. But I mean, everything else is pretty much fluent. Even though I'm like Women Boku and like one Karen, I think everything else pretty much is just easy to get into itself. So let's go into that profile. It's 40 cards exact, 15 extra. So for the Metalfoes, we have, of course, Rare Metalfoes, Bismugear, Metalfoes Silver, Metalfoes Stealing, Metalfoes Volt Flame, and Metalfoes Gold Driver. That's pretty much my Metalfoes engine, minus the one Gold Driver, but it still holds together. And everyone knows Metalfoes monsters can target cards on the board, blow them up, and then set their spells or traps. So you can set your fusion spells, get ready for fusion plays, reset your scales, get other Metalfoes monsters in your hand onto the board, and just set up like that. And the only effect monster is in the main deck is Bismugear, who during end phase switches destroy a battle card effect. You can add one Metalfoes monster from your deck to your hand during the end phase of that turn. So that is the Metalfoes monster engine. For the Odd Eyes, it's just 3 Odd Eyes from Dragon. What's really unique about Odd Eyes is that Odd Eyes can be placed in the Pendulum Zone below himself the tribute zone during end phase, and I can search for some of my Metalfoes monsters or some of my non-Metalfoes Pendulum monsters and add them to hand. He can be easily summoned with, because it's level 7, and the highest skill here is a 1 to 8, so he can hit the board with that, and all the synchros and exceeds and fusion stuff. Next is 2 Archfiend Eccentric, and that's just, pop a spell, pendulum summon it, pop a monster, and get those out the way. 2 Magical Adapter to search for pieces, because there's a hefty ton of spells. The pendulum monsters, when they play their spells, so you can put her in the zone, put someone else, start searching, do stuff like that to get the counters on her so that she can search your deck for your other pendulum monsters. 1 Renboku, 1 Kieran, pretty much your Magic Spectre portion of it. So I guess you could really say it's Odd Eyes, Magic Spectre, Metalfoes. So, you can go get Renboku with a Doctor. A Doctor can hit the Doctor's effect. Renboku hit the field, go get Kieran, and then you can pendulum your way through. And then my last few monsters is 1 Luster Pendulum and 1 Mask Chameleon. Mask Chameleon is just here for the synchro plays, and Luster is just to help bring out against their Dynastor and the secondary effect of Majester Paladin. So that's pretty much the monster engine. For the spells, I'm rocking 2 Metalfoes Fusion and 2 full Metalfoes Fusion, which are the fusion spells for Metalfoes. And the secondary effect of Metalfoes Fusion is really good because you can just recycle it back to the deck, draw cards, so you can keep your hand replenished. And then Metalfoes Fusion is just an easy card to get into and get fusion monsters on the board during your opponent's turn. For the other spells, I'm rocking 2 Sky Iris, and that's just to help either get Odd Eye Fusion or put Odd Eyes Pendulum Target in my hand. Otherwise, it's another easy target to blow up for my Metalfoes monsters effects. 2 Terraforming to search for, it. one Odd Eyes fusion, because I have only one Odd Eyes fusion, and my only fusion target is Vortex. So, one Raigeki, one Dark Hole for board clearance, and then for my traps, 2 counter and 2 combination. So that is my main deck. For the extra, 1 Mithril, so I can recycle my Metalfoes spells and traps, bouncing and then bounce a card on the board, and I can easily make it because I'm running a ton of Pendulum monsters and Metalfoes monsters as well. 1 Orichalco, 1 Adamantite, and 1 Crimson Knight are my other Metalfoes targets. 1 Vortex Dragon, 1 Odd Eyes Absolute, and 1 Odd Eyes Meteor Burst. These are my Odd Eyes monsters in the extra deck. Then for my Draco engine, well, for my Draco extra portion, 1 Majester, 1 Ignister, and 1 Dynester. And then for the rest of it, it's 1 Gaga Cowboy, 1 King of the Feral Imp, 1 what is this? Oh, Mega Family's Draco Sack, 1 Red Eyes Flare, and 1 Stardust Dragon. Because I do sync this deck, and Odd Eyes is pretty much the other target for, what's that monster? Mass Chameleon. In case I don't use it for the Ignister. But that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoy, like, comment, subscribe, and thank you so much. Till next time.